Dirk Nowitzki is one of the greatest basketball players that we've ever seen, and in this play against the Miami Heat, he decided to show the world exactly why that is. I mean, Dirk didn't just hit a game-winning bucket here, but he ran back on defense and contested the final shot of the night to tie up the NBA Finals. There just aren't many players who could pull off something like that.
They put Bosch on Nowitzki on this possession.
7 to shoot. Nowitzki drives with underneath lefty layup, banks it in.
This next one is something we grew accustomed to seeing from Dirk, as he always seemed to get better as the game progressed. The New York Knicks unfortunately found this out the hard way, as Dirk sunk them as time expired with a quick mid-range jumper. Carmelo Anthony did all he could to avoid fouling Dirk, but it just didn't even matter in the end.
Gets to Nowitzki. Anthony on Nowitzki. Nowitzki one-on-one with Anthony. Holds the ball, puts up a tough shot. Passes it, goes in at the buzzer. Unbelievable finish.
Now, if you like those clips, just wait until you feast your eyes on Dirk calling a game that saw his Dallas Mavericks take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. The game was so exciting that it had Dirk like this.
Last year, especially, nobody really believed he had any. Oh my God! Oh! Shut it down! Let's go home!
You could just see that Dirk wanted to be out there with his guys, sitting on the bench and getting hyped up for his fellow teammates on that crazy Showtime dunk. But dunking isn't always what Dirk excels at. This time, he decided to do everything but dunk the basketball. Just take a look.
Hinspiel.
Ja. Und da wird er weggeblockt. Und auf der Gegenseite die erneute Chance. Er sieht natürlich, dass er da unter Umständen gefoult wird, nimmt den Wurf und macht die Punkte. Er ahnt, dass der Kontakt kommt.
Nowitzki shut down that layup attempt at the rim and knew that he had them right where he wanted them. Couple that rejection with a beautiful three-point play on a mid-range jumper, it was just a perfect combination. And Dirk put together a combination of moves so nice, it even had Kobe Bryant impressed. Check this out.
Dirk against Randall.
Let's get out of here.
Dirk with a shot, and with 2.1!
Julius Randle was relentless in his defense against Nowitzki, but it just didn't matter. Dirk's mid-range jumper to put Dallas up by 2 points with 2 seconds left was so nice that Bryant couldn't do anything but shake his head in respect for greatness. Game winners seem to be what he does best, and this time the Milwaukee Bucks found themselves on the wrong end of it. After a long overtime period, Dirk crushed the heart of every Bucks fan in the building by getting the bounce on the turnaround jumper to put this game away. If I'm a Bucks fan, I wouldn't be able to leave that stadium soon enough.
Dallas get a game winner. Pitch pass. Caught by Dirk. Over by Mute for the win. He gets the ball!
This next one doesn't even need an introduction. It's simply another legendary Dirk jump shot with the game on the line. Take a look at this.
11. Down by 1. Carter. Back to Mark James. Dennis Carter for Dirk. 5 seconds. Dirk for 3. Yes,
And let me say, Mark, if you give it up, a lot of times it'll come back to you. Vince Carter gets it back to Dirk Nowitzki, and the rest is history. He's been hot all night.
Now, that was sure sweet, almost as sweet as this next play between Dirk and the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry. The All-Star Game's always a time for the best players to put on a show, and man, did Dirk do just that.
Thank you, David.
Guys, this was the combination we didn't know we needed. Dirk throwing it down off a Curry lob was just an incredible sight to see. Not to mention, he was hitting some hard celebratory moves after the highlight reel play.
That may be the last time we see Dirk ever dunk the basketball.
And getting on the highlight reels is not something that's too difficult for Dirk. I mean, the man was hitting game-winning shots like they were just normal jumpers. Not even Kevin Garnett could stop these from happening. Just watch how this one went down.
Garnett right up on him. Nowitzki the drive, puts up, shot, it's good, and a foul.
Garnett was as physical as he could be here, but Nowitzki knew what he had to do. He had to get to the cup. Taking the contact, getting the foul, while simultaneously sinking the Boston Celtics just must have been a perfect feeling. I'm pretty sure Kyrie Irving would have been thrilled to pull something like this off against Boston. Now, Boston wasn't involved in this play. Instead, it was the Orlando Magic who were in the crosshairs of Dirk Nowitzki with the game on the line. To anybody else, a shot like this could have just clanked off the rim and the game would have been sent to overtime, but this was the shot that he patented himself. There just wasn't any way he was going to land back on the ground without that ball going in the net.
Off a screen, gets the pass, shot clock at 7. Nowitzki against Turkoglu, backs in, falling away, puts it up, banks it in!
Defending Dirk when he's in a zone like that sometimes feels impossible. Just ask Boris Diaw with the Mavericks taking on the Charlotte Hornets in this play. Charlotte was coming into this possession with the thought of, we can genuinely close this game out here right with a stop. Unfortunately for them, Dirk had other plans, as you can see. He smoothly operated right into the paint next to Diaw and knocked it down like the guy wasn't even there. Count that as his 36th points of the night.
Against Diaw, with 5 seconds to go. He drives, he fades, and he gets down to the lead at 1.7!
Now, so far we've spent a lot of time on game winners, but we'd be doing Dirk a disservice if we didn't share a sledgehammer dunk that he threw down on the Sacramento Kings. Take a look.
College and pro career. Jackson 15 of his 17 in the second half. Oh, Dirk Nowitzki answers back.
Now that we got you caught up with that, let's shift into a play against the Denver Nuggets shortly before he retired. Dirk saw the veteran Paul Millsap coming right at him from behind the arc, but he didn't panic. That simple little pump fake and three-pointer looked so easy when he did it, but the man quite literally didn't move his feet one bit during this play, and it didn't even matter. Those knees might not have been in the best place at this point in his career, but that didn't stop him from embarrassing his opponents.
Bagley came into the league, I was like, there's no way this guy is going by me. But every single time, Bagley got by me.
A crafty move by Nowitzki.
The Seattle Supersonics must have felt like whatever they did defensively didn't matter either. Dirk operated through their defense with a few seconds left in the first half like they were made out of butter. Dirk drove right past Daniels like there wasn't even a player in front of him before throwing it down. Talk about one heck of a momentum boost for the Mavs as they walked into the locker room for halftime. Plus, it was an equally crushing play for Seattle. It just really doesn't get better than something like this.
He's the guy coming off. Drive right by Daniels. Oh! Dirk raises the roof.
It could certainly come close, though. Nowitzki brought out the athleticism once more against the Toronto Raptors with just 2 minutes left to go, trailing by 3. I don't think anybody on Toronto was expecting a Dirk dunk on this play. Even the help defender just stepped to the side and watched as he threw it down on his teammate while falling to the floor. Dirk not only brought the lead down to 1, but he completely shifted the momentum here. Raptors fans went from cheering and excited to utterly disappointed in just a matter of moments. We'll call that the Dirk Nowitzki effect. But no momentum shift or Dirk effect was needed on this next one. The game was on the line again, and Dirk was called upon to take the final shot. I think it's safe to say you know what happened next.
Nowitzki for the win! Got it!
Not only did he knock this game-winning shot down, but can we take a step back and look at that nasty turnaround move? That little half spin had his defender clueless for a moment there before he finally got back to contest. All right, finally, we're going to leave you with a beautiful spin move followed by a pump fake that had both Serge Ibaka and Kevin Durant in the air.
Home last on Sunday, so they've been sitting and waiting. Oh, beautiful move by Nowitzki.
Personally, I think this is the best play to show somebody when they ask you how dominant of a player Dirk really was back then. Ibaka and Durant are two pretty good defenders, and yet each of them didn't wait around to try and contest his jumper.